Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome and enjoy watching for this video.
漫画家なれるじゃん。
漫画家か。
In this video, I will tell you about an anime movie from Japan directed by Kiyotaka Aoyama that was just released this year, guys. The title of the anime is Look Back, which tells the story of an elementary school student, Fujino, who is overly confident, and Kyomoto, who is quiet. They are very different, but their love for drawing manga unites these two girls from a small town. So, let's dive into the storyline. At the beginning of the film, we are introduced to an elementary school student who really likes to draw. Her name is Fujino, who is drawing a short comic. Long story short, Fujino's comic was chosen to distribute it to school newspaper because only the best short comics are distributed every week at school. Fujino's comic was liked by her classmates because they were impressed with her good drawing and funny storyline. That day, Fujino felt famous and admired by her friends. The next day, the comic sheets were distributed. Fujino realized that the comics that were distributed were not longer her, but belonged to Kiyomoto, a quiet student who often skipped school, and her comics were more detailed and more beautiful than Fujino's comics. At first, Fujino felt jealous. She worked hard to improve her drawing skill, spending her mornings, afternoons, and nights for drawing. At school, she even avoided playing with her friends and only focused on her paper.
藤野ちゃん、私たち全然遊んでくれなくなっちゃったし、一緒にいても絵ばっかで話さなくなったし。
At home, her mother also advised her to take martial arts training and stop isolating herself and only drawing. However, no matter how hard Fujino tried to beat Kyomoto's drawing quality, but Kyomoto's comics still won. Finally, Fujino gave up and chose to socialize with her friends and practice martial arts with her mother. She felt happy spending time with her family and friends again, even starting to throw away her sketchbook.
お母さん、これ一緒に捨てといて。
The day of graduation arrived, and Fujino's teacher asked her to give Kyomoto a report card. Fujino felt annoyed because her teacher had also asked her to come to Kyomoto's house to encourage her to go back to school, because they have the same hobby. Long story short, Fujino arrived at Kyomoto's house. Because there was no one there, Fujino entered to Kyomoto's house. And when she came in, she saw many sketchbooks outside Kyomoto's room. She also saw a short comic on Kyomoto's book, then drew a comic that told about Kyomoto who was forced out by someone else and turned into a skull. When the comic was blown by the wind and entered Kyomoto's room, Fujino panicked and ran out of the house. Kyomoto, who realized that the comic was Fujino's work, rushed out and greeted her. It turned out that Kyomoto liked Fujino's comics, and Kyomoto asked for Fujino's autograph on the back of her shirt. Then eventually become good friends and began to collaborate, sharing the dreams of becoming professional manga artists. Over time, they grow together, facing the challenges of the manga world and enjoying small successes along the way. Their friendship is filled with moments of passion, but also tension as professional pressures begin to mount. Fujino begins to feel frustrated, while Kyomoto remains focused on art. One day, when they return home, Kyomoto wants to resign because she wants to study at University of Arts. Fujino, who disagrees, says that Kyomoto with her makes comics. Fujino is sure that Kyomoto's life will not be miserable, but Kyomoto wants to live independently and not depend on others. The story becomes dramatic when the tragedy of Kyomoto's death. Kyomoto became a victim in a murder incident at her university. Fujino, who is haunted by guilt and regret, feels that she should have been able to do something to prevent the incident. Fujino romances about their times together, the reckless, and dreams they once shared and hopes that everything can be repeated. However, Fujino realizes and finally finds a way to move on, honor Kyomoto's memory, and rediscover her passion for drawing. She realizes that their art always complements each other's, and Kyomoto's journey will always live through their work. This movie promises an emotional and deep narrative, with Fujimoto's signature touch that often explores the dark side of life and human feeling.